Pia stepped out of the auto rickshaw, clutching the bag of takeout close to her chest like it was something precious, her final act of love for the day. She looked up at the familiar apartment building, feeling the usual flutter in her chest. The air was thick with summer humidity, but her thoughts were lighter, hopeful, warm. She hadn't told Aryan she was coming. It was a spontaneous decision, the kind that made her smile at herself. A small surprise. Just to see his face when she showed up, tired but happy. Maybe he'd pull her into his arms, maybe they would eat together, and maybe tonight he'd finally say those 3 words she would been waiting for. I love you. They would been dating for nearly 2 years. She was 22, young, but she was sure. Pia didn't rush love. She had waited, guarded her heart, and saved herself. Aryan had said he respected that. Said he'd wait. Said she was worth waiting for. But tonight, she would learn the truth. She climbed the stairs, skipping the elevator out of habit. On the 3rd floor, she reached his door, slightly open. Her brows pulled together. Unlocked. She hesitated. Then, quietly, she stepped inside. There were shoes in the hallway. 2 pairs. One of them was unfamiliar, dainty, black heels. Her heart picked up a strange rhythm. Confusion prickled at her skin. And then, she heard it. Laughter. A woman's voice. She moved toward the bedroom, careful with her steps. She told herself it could be anything. Aryan's cousin, maybe. Or a friend visiting. But her gut twisted. Then she heard her name. Pia thinks he's gonna marry her. The voice laughed. Pia stopped breathing. Ishika. Her best friend. Since high school. Her secret keeper. Her sister in heart. She's still saving herself. Aryan's voice came next, amused. So cute. So pathetic. You have got the patience of a monk, babe, Ishika said, laughing harder. God, the way she talks about you, he is different, he respects me, we'll get married someday, I can barely keep a straight face. Pia couldn't move. Aryan chuckled again, a low, cruel sound. I only said that to keep her around. She's too naive to question anything. I sleep with her and she would still think I'm a virgin too. More laughter. I swear, Ishika said, if she wasn't so boring, maybe I'd feel guilty. But seriously. She makes me feel like a goddess just standing next to her. I only kept her because she made me look good. The innocent girl, the committed boyfriend. It worked. My mom loves her. Too bad she had to go and show up tonight, Ishika whispered. Pia didn't remember pushing the door open. But there they were. Naked. Entwined. Not in the middle of passion, but post-love-making, laughing at her, like she was some bad joke they would shared. The takeout bag dropped from her hand, landing with a soft thud. Aryan's head jerked up. Ishika turned, eyes going wide. The color drained from their faces. Pia, Aryan stammered, scrambling to cover himself. It's not. Shut up, Pia said. Her voice was quiet, but the rage behind it made the air in the room still. Ishika pulled the blanket over herself, suddenly modest. Pia, listen. Don't. Her voice cracked, barely holding itself together. I heard everything. She stood there, still, shaking, eyes wide but dry. Her heart was slamming against her ribs, but her mind was turning to ash. Something in her was breaking. Snapping. You were my best friend, Pia whispered, staring at Ishika. I trusted you with everything. Everything. Ishika swallowed. It just happened. You and Aryan were barely even. Barely even what? Pia said. In love. Committed. Dating for 2 years. And you? Her eyes flicked to Aryan. You told me you were waiting because I mattered. Aryan looked away, jaw clenched. I didn't mean for you to find out like this. No. You didn't mean for me to find out at all. Her voice was rising, and so were the tears. But they didn't fall. Not yet. She stepped further into the room, like a ghost, like she wasn't even in her own body. You humiliated me. Both of you, she hissed. Behind my back. You laughed at me. You used me. Ishika flinched. We didn't mean to hurt you. You murdered everything I believed in, Pia said, her voice trembling. You didn't just hurt me. You killed me. A silence fell. Aryan stood. Pia, calm down. Don't tell me to calm down, she snapped. I will tell everyone. Your parents. Her parents. Your college. Every goddamn person who ever believed your lies. You can't do that, Ishika said sharply, sitting up. You think they'll believe you over us. You think you'll survive the kind of shitstorm we can start. That made Pia pause. Her blood went cold. I will ruin you, Ishika said, voice low and deadly now. Don't make this uglier than it needs to be. Pia took a step back. Her fists clenched. You already made it ugly. You two are monsters. Aryan was breathing hard now. Pia, just shut up. Or what? You'll hit me too. He froze. But Ishika didn't. The cricket bat was by the wall, something Aryan kept as a childhood memory. She picked it up without thinking. Ishika, Aryan's voice was tight. Don't. I'm not going to jail because of her drama, she hissed. Pia's eyes widened. Don't you dare. But then there was a blur. A heavy sound. A burning pain exploded in her skull. The room tilted. Her knees gave out. She hit the ground hard, blood spilling from her scalp. Shit. Shit. Aryan was yelling. Is she dead? Is she dead? Ishika dropped the bat, shaking. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everything was dimming. Fading. Her last thoughts weren't about death. They were about betrayal. The people she trusted the most. As the darkness closed in, Pia made a silent promise. I will come back. And I will make you bleed. It started with a heartbeat. A slow, agonizing thump, like thunder trapped inside a coffin. Pia gasped awake, her chest heaving as if she would claw her way up from the bottom of the ocean. She was lying on a cold floor. Not in Aryan's apartment. Somewhere else. Sterile light buzzed above her. Her skin was clammy. Her throat ached. Her skull pounded like a war drum. Her fingers curled against the tiled ground. There was no blood. No bat. No bodies. But she remembered everything. Ishika's laughter. Aryan's smirk. The impact of betrayal. The bat crashed into her skull. The promise she made with her dying breath. I will come back. And I will make you bleed. Her eyes slowly adjusted. White walls. A small, abandoned clinic. She tried to sit up but winced. The pain in her head was sharp, but not fatal. There was no wound. Just a faint scar on her scalp. She touched it, confused. Had someone saved her? How was she even alive? And yet, she wasn't the Sam. Her body felt like it belonged to someone else, stronger, colder. Her heart beat, but the warmth it once held was gone. In its place was steel, ice, fire. Something inside her had died. And something else, darker, had been born. She wandered for hours. Out of the building, into the city, she once knew. Nothing made sense. Her face was on the news, briefly. A missing persons case closed after a few months. Presumed dead. Her parents had moved away. Couldn't bear the grief. Aryan and Ishika had gotten away with murder. Her fists clenched. She would trusted them. Loved them. And they threw her into a grave of silence and lies. But now, she had nothing left to lose. 3 weeks later. A coffee shop in South Delhi. Rain tapping the windows. Pia sat in the far corner, dressed in black from neck to toe. She sipped her espresso, eyes watching the door. Then he walked in. Tall. Crisp black coat. Sharp features. A clean-shaven jawline and eyes like a winter storm. Older. Composed. Distant. Vikram Kapoor. Her former best friend's older brother. 10 years older. Professor of literature. Brilliant, serious, famously private. She had planned this meeting carefully, slipped her fake name into a matchmaking app his mother was using for him. He wasn't interested in marriage. She wasn't interested in love. But revenge. That, she could commit to. He spotted her. Walked over. Sat down across from her. "You are not what I expected," Vikram said calmly, adjusting the silver watch on his wrist. Pia offered a small smile. "Good. I'm tired of being predictable." He tilted his head slightly. "You look familiar." "I get that a lot." He studied her for a moment longer. Something flickered in his eyes, recognition just out of reach. "You lied on your profile," he said. "So did you," she replied without missing a beat. He smirked. "Fair." The silence between them was taut, but not awkward. Intriguing. "I don't want a real marriage," Pia said bluntly. Vikram raised an eyebrow. "Neither do I. I want your name. Legally. Publicly. For appearances." He leaned back in his chair, fingers steepled. "Why?" She met his gaze head-on. "Personal reasons." He was quiet for a moment. "You are not running from something, are you?" "No," she said. "I'm walking towards something." He liked that answer. His lips twitched. "You are direct. I respect that." "I'm not here to waste time, Professor Kapoor." A beat. "You sure you are not a writer?" he asked. "I'm whatever I need to be." Another pause. Rain fell harder outside. Finally, he nodded once. "Fine. A contract marriage." She blinked. "Just like that." "I don't do emotional drama. I need my family off my back." "You need, whatever this is," he gestured toward her mysterious aura, "and you are not stupid. That's enough for me." Pia smiled, for the first time in weeks. "You have no idea how useful you are about to be." He narrowed his eyes slightly. "What's your real name?" She leaned forward, resting her chin on her knuckles. "Ishika Kapoor will know soon enough." Later that night, she stared at herself in the mirror of Vikram's guest room, her reflection unfamiliar. Gone was the soft girl who used to braid her hair while dreaming about white dresses and forever promises. Now, there was only the woman who had crawled out of her own grave, who wore vengeance like perfume. She whispered to the mirror, "You killed Pia. Now meet her ghost." The marriage was quiet. Efficient. No temple. No rituals. Just 2 signatures, 2 pairs of indifferent eyes, and a government seal that made it legal. Vikram Kapoor read the contract again before signing. "You are 22. Pia looked up at him, pen in hand. "Yes." "That's a 10-year gap." "It's not a real marriage," she said, signing her name at the bottom of the page. "Just a paper, remember?" Vikram gave a half smile. "Right. Just paper." They shook hands like business partners. No vows. No pretense. No love. Only silence. The Kapoor mansion gleamed under the late afternoon sun as they pulled into the driveway. Pia stepped out of the car, her eyes scanning the building. She would once stood here in college, dropping Ishika off for sleepovers when her parents were not home. Due to this, she never met her family. She remembered laughter in these halls. Jokes whispered under bedsheets. Secrets shared under the illusion of sisterhood. Now, it was a battleground. Vikram led her inside. His mother, Meera Kapoor, came rushing down the stairs in a sari woven with soft gold. "Oh my God, finally. My son is married," she beamed. "Pia, beta, you are stunning." "Thank you, Auntie," Pia said with a soft, practiced smile. "Ishika's upstairs," Meera added. "She has no idea you are here. She'll be so surprised." Pia's smile tightened. "I'm sure." Footsteps came thundering down the staircase. "Mom, have you seen my—" Ishika Kapoor froze mid-step. Her voice caught. Her eyes went wide. The coffee cup in her hand tilted slightly, almost slipping. Her mouth opened, then shut. Pia stood at the bottom of the stairs, eyes steady, expression unreadable. Clad in a white sari like she came to attend the funeral, her hair neatly tied back, she looked like anything but a new bride might, except her gaze was cutting. Intentional. "Hi," Pia said. "I'm Pia Shah, Pia Vikram Kapoor. Vikram's wife." Ishika dropped the cup. It shattered. Vikram rushed forward. "Are you okay?" Yeah, sorry," Ishika stammered, her eyes flickering from Pia to her brother and back again. She's you? Wife, Pia said again. "And your sister-in-law." Ishika paled, then gave a short, breathless laugh. "This is unbelievable." "I agree," Pia replied softly. "Life has a way of circling back, doesn't it?" Meera laughed, oblivious. "I told you both, instant chemistry. Come, let's sit for tea." But Ishika didn't sit. She kept staring at Pia, as though she would seen a ghost with perfect lipstick. Later that night, Vikram tossed his jacket onto the couch, unbuttoning his collar. Pia stood by the window, arms crossed, watching the city lights blink in the distance. He finally broke the silence. "What was that?" She turned, feigning confusion. "What was what?" "Ishika's reaction," Vikram said, walking toward the wardrobe. "She looked like she would seen her dead grandmother." Pia shrugged. "She wasn't expecting me, that's all." "You said you didn't know anyone here." "I said I needed the marriage for personal reasons. I didn't say I was a stranger." He turned. "So what's the story?" "Ishika and I were friends. College friends. We drifted apart." "Drifted?" She nearly fainted. "She's dramatic." Pia gave a half-smile. "You'll get used to it." Vikram didn't press further. He was sharp, but he also knew boundaries. She appreciated that. He sat down on the couch, running a hand through his hair. "Well, we're sharing a room. The family thinks we're a couple now." She looked at the bed, then at the couch. "I'll take the bed." He raised an eyebrow. "No fight?" "None." She grabbed a pillow from the bed and threw it at him. "You get the couch, husband." Vikram caught the pillow with a chuckle. "Not very traditional, are you?" "I died before I could be," Pia muttered under her breath. "What?" "Nothing." She lay in bed that night, staring at the ceiling. The walls of the Kapoor mansion were quiet. Too quiet. But she knew what lurked behind them, laughter that used to include her, now silenced. Friends turned killers. A family is unaware of the rot in their house. And now, she was back. Not Pia, the naive girl with dreams in her eyes. She was Pia Vikram Kapoor. The wife. The sister-in-law. The ghost in the house.